While watching a figure skating competition, some of you may often wonder how exactly did the judges come up with those scores? Well, the technical side of figure skating scoring follows a complex system that can be broken down to each technical element of a program. Today, I will tell you how the scoring works when it comes to step sequences and choreographic sequences, and to keep it simple, I will focus on single skating for now. If you would like to see an overview of the entire scoring system or the technical elements themselves first before going into the details, check out my other videos in the description below. A step sequence is a sequence of movements performed in strong accordance to the music. It includes turns and steps balanced in distribution, while also fully utilizing the eye surface. The choreographic sequence is the creative part of the free skate, as it's not included in the short program. It must have at least two different skating movements, but it's quite flexible as in what those can be. Skaters can go for spirals, arabesques, spread eagles, even spins or jumps with a maximum of two rotations, and they are also free to choose the steps and turns to link the movements together. Of course, any jumps or spins performed within the choreo sequence will not be called as a separate element. So how are these sequences judged when it comes to scoring? To review the basics, a score of a technical element is made up by the base value and the grade of execution, or GOE for short. Here you can see the tag box that's usually in the top left corner of your screen during a program showing the base value and the GOE of the last executed technical element. Once an element is executed, each judge evaluates it on a scale of -5 to +5 depending on the quality of the element. Then, based on the trimmed mean of the judges' scores, the grade of execution is calculated for each entry, which is then added to, or if it's a negative, deducted from the base value. The base value of a step sequence is determined by its level, which goes from basic up to 4, with level 4 having the highest base value. The level is determined by the following level features: variety, on a spectrum of minimum to complex depending on the included number of difficult turns and steps; rotations in either direction, with full body rotation covering at least one-third of the pattern in total for each rotational direction; use of body movements, also for at least one-third of the pattern; and the execution of two combinations of three difficult turns on different feet, with continuous flow within the sequence. In these two combinations, only one difficult turn may be repeated. The turns and steps that qualify as difficult are twizzles, brackets, loops, counters, rockers, and choctaws, all executed on clean edges. The base value of each level is determined by the ISU and shared in the base value table alongside other technical elements such as jumps and spins. You can find the complete base value table in the description. As for the choreographic sequence, this element has a fixed base value of 3. The quality of execution influences the GOE scores only. Which brings us to the GOE. In order to receive a positive GOE from the judges, a step sequence must tick the following boxes: deep edges with clean steps and turns and overall control of the body, matching the music, effortless execution with good energy and flow, creativity of body movements, including variations of the free foot, good eyes coverage or interesting pattern, as well as good acceleration and deceleration. As for the choreographic sequence, for a positive GOE, the element must match the music and reflect the concept and character of the program, include creativity, be effortless with good energy and flow, vary in directions and pattern, have good clarity and precision, and show an excellent commitment and control of the whole body. The judges put even more focus on the first three bullet points highlighted in bold, as they all must be present in order for the respective element to receive the highest GOE options of +4 or +5. On the other hand, in case of certain mistakes, the judges reduce the GOE. These mistakes for a step sequence are a fall or even a stumble, a too small of a pattern, the sequence not corresponding to the music, poor quality of steps and turns or body positions, a lack of flow and energy, as well as the execution of a listed jump of more than one revolution within the element in the short program. Similarly so, these mistakes in case of a choreographic sequence are again a fall, a stumble, a small pattern, as well as the sequence not corresponding to the music, and in addition, poor quality of movements and positions, a loss of control and energy, the sequence not highlighting the choreography, and a lack of connection between the choreographic movements. So, this would be the breakdown of how step sequences and choreo sequences are scored. I hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. You will find my sources in the description below, and if you have any questions or anything to add, please do not hesitate to let me know in the comments. If you're interested, check out my other similar videos that I made about jumps and spins.